Hey guys, Custom Computing back with another video. This is the shed build part 2 out of 3. So we're nearing completion here. Basically, we just have a few little things to tidy up before we start putting customer stuff in there. I do have a little bit more space, so if you are looking for GPU or ASIC hosting in Canada, send me an email. It's in the description below. But in this video, what we do is we finally got the electrical put in, and that took a lot of work because I had to dig the whole, basically the trench from the house to the shed. It's not too big of a run, but it has to be 2 feet deep, and it was a lot of clay, heavy stuff. So that trench took a long time, and we got finally the electrical put in. There was a couple of quirks here and there, but it worked pretty easily once we hooked it up to the 100 amp panel. And then we also got, thank the Lord, the meter box reached out to me with thanks to Red Panda Mining, who got us in contact, and he really hooked me up with some of his units. So we have 3 30 amp circuits and 115 amp circuit that's in the shed. So you'll see that all hooked up. Everything is lit up, looks great. And the exhaust I just finished putting in. So the next thing we have to do is basically get a shelf, the security stuff that I have to put in there, which is like the cameras in front and the outside and inside and all the locks and all that other stuff. So that's a lot of stuff that has to happen, but we're there. Everything is pretty much, we're ready to go in there. So I hope you enjoyed this. And thanks again, huge shout out to the meter box for helping me out, and a huge shout out to Red Panda Mining for hooking us up together. So stay tuned and let me know what you think. Stay tuned. All right, guys, peace. All right, guys, we're back, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be digging a trench. Here's where my electrical box comes in. Everything feeds into here. That's my fiber internet, which I almost broke already, which is excellent. I thought it came and ran right through here, but no, it goes like this and around and somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to be really careful. I already hit it with the shovel. I tested my internet. I taped it back. It didn't sever completely. There was a cut, but yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit better tape on this to strengthen it. But yeah, that was already instantly one mistake. So that is fun. Anyways, we're going to be digging a 2-foot trench from here. It's about 18 meters along the deck side. Once we hit here, there's going to be a slight angle to this corner right here. So we're going to come out and meet right here, which correlates to this section over here, which is where the network and the power is going to come up. This will obviously be mounted up higher, and the networking will run through here, down through a conduit, across into the room there. So I'm hoping that there's not a ton of rocks here, because I didn't rent a trench digger. And as long as there's not too many rocks, we should be able to do this. It's just going to be a lot of shoveling. So here we go. Well, we're pretty much well done. The trench all the way to the shed. Thanks to a buddy of mine who seriously saved the day and helped me do this, because this was not easy. It's clay, and yeah. So next, we're just gonna tidy it up. There's a huge rock there that we're gonna have to go around, but we're gonna tidy it up, and then we're gonna start laying some conduit, get underneath this slab here, and go up into the shed. So, whew, that was a big night. My gosh, what a insane day. So we got the panel put in, finally. The power is sitting out here because we need one connector here to plug it in, but here's 100 amps, and we got a couple of filler plates coming in here. Everything is working great. We've got the 15 15 amp plugs. We're just about to run a couple more 30 amps. So those 30 amps are gonna come to here, and we gotta run the networking into the house. That is for another time. But we're installing an outlet up there, an outlet in here. So for all of the computer equipment in here. And then right now I'm gonna be making a piece of wood that has all 4 of my meter box connections. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna get those done today so that tomorrow when the electrician comes in to finish this, he's just gonna plug that in. It's been plugged in to the house. Look at this. All the way down. And in fact, I even dug a little bit too deep over here. So I'm gonna backfill that to raise up the cable a little bit because it's too deep. And this is where we ended up drilling through the house. It's being filled with some foam. And on the other side, it's like a really nice run directly into my power box. So yep. Holy geez, it's starting to come to, and hopefully it'll be done within the next, tomorrow is supposed to be the last day. So there we go, boys. It's almost done. Let's go. Holy crap. We have it done. We have power. Look at that. 3 30 amp circuits and a 15 amp. We got plugs for the lights. We got plugs for other stuff. And we have our electrical panel. Gotta fill in a couple of this blank spots, but 100 amp circuit. Going to everything, 15 amps, 330 amps. And yeah, I am just so excited that this has come together. And it looks fantastic. The electrical is gonna be done soon. I mean, the networking is gonna be done soon. That's the next thing I have to run, but holy crap, this has been a long undertaking and we've got it all wired up, so. All right, so we're just running the Ethernet. I've got it all straightened out. You can see it's hanging out there, but we've pulled off through underneath the house through this section, and then we're gonna put that in a conduit and line that up through here all the way to the house into the server rack. So got a little bit of pulling to do, but this hopefully isn't gonna be too tough of a job. All right, we are almost done with the networking. You've got it all the way up. Conduit is gonna go to, I'm gonna have to cut the last conduit. So it's gonna come to here. Then I'm actually gonna use this conduit here and fish in the networking through there. So I don't have to actually punch another hole. I just can use something that's already going downstairs into the server rack. All right, we are getting near the finish line here. So we've got all of the plugs active, ready to go. The 30 amps, 330 amps, and 115 amp. Plus we've got our networking and our Wi-Fi set up. We have 2 direct runs into the server room. One that goes into our Wi-Fi and one that goes into this temporary network switch here. We've got the power inside this low voltage cabinet. Plus we're gonna be putting the AC Infinity temperature control in here. So that's where the readout is gonna be for that. And what we're gonna be doing right now is we're gonna be installing the AC Infinity exhaust fan. So it's gonna go right here. We're gonna have to do a little bit of drumming and cutting out. And then we're gonna run the wires around and into here. And the temperature sensor for that is gonna come up above here, basically around this area. So all the servers are gonna be sitting here up on shelves, and the exhaust fan is gonna be sucking it out the back. And the intake for now is just gonna be this window. We're gonna create a filter here. For the window, we're gonna take the window parts out, but then we're gonna put a filter in here because it gets so cold in Canada that you don't need very much intake. It's even freezing in here to the point where I have to have a heater right now just to work in here because it's already so cold. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be finishing up that AC Infinity install, which is right over here. This is just a 10-inch AC Infinity fan. this is all we're gonna need for now, but we have tons of room on this wall for more exhaust, so we can just line them up through there, and we can even line them up through here. So we're not gonna have an issue with the exhaust the way that I've designed this. The intake we may have to adjust, put in more intake over here, especially during the summer. We might have to put in an AC, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, let's just start cutting the hole and getting things ready for this one exhaust. We have exhaust. We are pretty much ready to go. We just got a few more things to do, but we've got the exhaust fan installed there. That's a 10-inch exhaust fan. We basically have the ability to just put in a couple more here or a couple more here. The server rack is going to go from basically from here to here, and they're going to be exhausting out this way. And the intake is going to be this window for now. We're going to fix it up so that it becomes a ventilated filtered vent. And for now, that should be all we need for exhaust, because it is really cold in Canada. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Sweet, that's about it. So the next video, hopefully you're gonna see some computers in here. We're gonna have to just get the shelf here, fix up the intake. The exhaust is already there, setting up the security, but the networking is all run. The power is all run, and the design for the airflow is pretty much well set. It's going to be intake here, and there's going to be an exhaust here, and this temperature sensor is going to be above the computers here. So yeah, we're pretty much well ready to go. And if you guys are interested in hosting with us, just send me an email and we'll put you on the list. Hopefully we can get this place filled up, and our second unit is already in the works, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll be updating you guys on that one. Anyways, thanks everybody for sticking around, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.